There's someone got injured. Oh wow, someone got injured. Right now.
Both of us.
So this is raw and real, everyone. We're not in a studio, not perfect lights. I have no makeup on. She has no makeup on. I'm Emeroy. This is
Gabby. Gabs. Bunny. Just kidding.
So we're both social media managers for Vision Paradox. Welcome to, I don't know what the segment's going to be called. VP Q&A. Vision Paradox does stuff while answering questions. I don't know what we're going to call it. But what we're doing right now is the mic on? Yeah, the mic's on. What we're doing for this segment is that we are going to be answering your questions while we're doing stuff. Me and Gabby, we are the business partners in Vision Paradox, and we are also social media managers. So what we want to do for these questions is like we want to segment off these things with different departments. So one day we might just be focusing on creative stuff. Other times we might just be doing filming. Other times we might be talking entrepreneurship. Other times we might just be talking about what's going on in the environment, how good the food is. Yeah. So it depends on what we're going to be doing. How often this is going to happen depends on the availability of everyone. We would like to do one every week. Once a month sounds realistic right now. We're trying to flip this format around a little bit. Very raw, not perfect. Today we are at Tempest Free Running Academy. We are
in
Northridge or Chatsworth. We're going to be practicing flips, as you can see in some of the B-roll of us flipping and flopping around. There's a lot of talented people here, so I'm a little nervous because we just got here. We're not warmed up yet.
Yeah, we're all a little rusty.
Yeah, it's open gym. It's a great place to practice flipping whenever you guys want to just flip around. So let's get to the questions.
Question time.
Okay, you want to start off?
Yeah, I'll go ahead and
All right, let's start off.
All right, let's do one question that I checked out is social media better than interacting with people in real life? I'm a little indifferent about this question, but honestly, it's not so much better, it's going to be easier. I find it a little bit easier because you're not awkwardly waiting for somebody to say something. You kind of have to really just put yourself out there.
Yeah.
And it's a little awkward sometimes when people are talking to you while you're waiting for something. You know, you never really understand if that person's gonna give you like the thumbs up and want to talk to you, if they're just kind of brush the shoulder off and not really want to respond to you. So I find that social media is like, you know, it's a little bit more of a blanket where you can reach out to people a little bit easier. Like I said, all you have to do is just hit that send button, and people do respond back to you majority of the time. So for people who are looking to boost up more of their social media followers, you gotta reach out to people. You have to say hello, build that conversation with someone. You know, you always want to really direct it to your audience, so it's not just you kind of chatting to anybody, but you're really specific on who your audience is.
Yep.
So say for instance, if you're a musician, you're going to want to reach out to people who like your type of music. So a country artist isn't really going to reach out to a person who's got an Instagram account that has nothing but like rap on it, right? So be really specific with who you reach out to. And you can't really do that when you're in real life with someone, because you don't really know. Unless you're like at a concert, then that makes a lot of sense, right?
That's true.
So if you're promoting yourself and your music, you're going to be around the environment that relates to what you're doing.
One thing, I forgot to write the names of who wrote these questions. I'm sorry. I'll do better. Like I wrote a boatload of questions, so there's going to be some moments in this segment where we don't give you the proper shout out you deserve. So whoever asked it, I appreciate you guys. Yeah, on to the next one. Oh yeah.
All right, so this one, number 7. What are some of the best social media strategies to drive our engagement?
Ooh.
Ask questions. In your caption, you're gonna want to provoke somebody to answer back, and that works a lot of the times with engagement. So if you have a post that's like, I don't know, I'm a big fan of Disneyland, right? So if you post up a treat from Disneyland, you're gonna want to ask, what's your favorite treat? And then people who love Disneyland are gonna comment because they can relate to what the question is. So ask questions is a good way to do engagement, making sure like somebody says, I don't know, like in your captions you can say, you know, tag 3 friends. That's a really big
Yeah.
that's a really big tool to use. Like especially like with quotes that people have, and sometimes maybe they're feeling down, and you know, like your
yeah.
friends kind of needing that little pick me up, so
Yeah.
you want to add that, you want to tag them in that quote, so that they're inspired and they feel a little love from you too. That's a couple of ways to do engagement.
Yeah, and then I think the main thing when with your posts to drive engagement, it's gotta evoke, provoke, whatever, evoke emotion. It's emotion. They have to feel something when they see it. Otherwise, they're just gonna scroll through it. It has to. The image not only has to capture their attention, but also the caption that tells them what to do. Because otherwise, you know, it's like a billboard. People will notice it, do nothing. This is what I love how raw this is. You can hear like there's someone got injured. Oh wow, someone got
it's
injured.
because of the-
Someone got hurt. Much love to the guy that got hurt. We're not filming him out of respect. So,
Yeah.
but in regards to the engagement, like it has to. Whatever you post has to capture their attention, and then you have to further get them interested, and that could be in the caption itself or the call to action on the image. In other ways is just simply engaging with other people first. You commenting on, I see this on a lot of accounts too. People not commenting back, and then there's one, and then go comment on the people following you. That's another way to engage. And then comment on other join communities. So say you're a fan. I'm a fan of Gary Vaynerchuk. So go comment on other people's comments. So don't just comment on his post. Comment on other people's comments. Get conversations going. Because if you want people to engage, this is what I believe. If you want people to show up for you, you got to show up for others first. So there's that. I think we'll take on one more question before we take a quick flip session break.
Before we start stretching it out.
Yeah. Okay. So there's one here that I really liked. This one is, how do I? No, where is it? I have a really big crush on a girl who lives thousands of miles away. Is it worth keeping her number and social media, or best to move on? This is, you know, not exactly social media marketing. But it still involves social media. That's why I picked this question, because you know there's going to be the typical tactic stuff we share with you guys, but this one was, I picked it because it was interesting.
Marketing in general. Market yourself.
And there's two perspectives I have about that, because one, my current girlfriend, she lives thousands of miles away. I had her on Facebook and Instagram and her number, but we didn't exactly talk. And lo and behold, we're together now. So you just never know how things are gonna work out. Now it's a relationship. Now it's like relationship advice. But I think the worst thing you can do is, you know, put all your eggs in one basket. I think the worst thing is to expect something to work out. Just be a good friend. I know that's like the worst advice. The worst advice.
You're in the friend zone. What are you talking about?
So if you wanna appear desirable, have a great life. Live your life. That's what's essentially what Instagram and Facebook or YouTube is. Like people are pretty much PRing themselves, saying like I have the best life ever, mansions and cars and I don't know, traveling and all that stuff. You're leveraging social media. Now we're going to the market, how you can market yourself as a potential mate. Like your Instagram better be on point. I don't know. Don't just show pictures of you with girls because that's pretentious and douchey. But like show yourself like doing things like here's the things I'm like I find douchey. You sharing a post about you helping someone, like oh I donated $100 to a homeless guy. Cool, good for you. The whole point is to help, not share to the world about it. If you're gonna do a good deed, you don't have to preach to the world.
True.
What I do think is worth sharing is like, okay, it's exciting things. I don't know, like when I'm teaching class, or when I'm performing, or when I'm traveling, or when I'm hanging out with friends. You shouldn't be reaching out for them to make your life better. Your life should be so good, in a sense, that adding them to your life would just be, you guys would just make each other's lives better. Not so much 1 + 1 makes a whole, it's 1 + 1 makes 3. One whole person makes another a whole person makes it completely different, because the last thing you want to be, especially, is codependent or needy. So I'd say keep the number, keep it, engage, just use the engagement tactics we just talked about.
Yeah.
Comment, say something witty. This is how you get the attention of celebrities. Say some witty ass shit.
Yes.
So
exactly,
so-
and they will comment back.
Yeah.
They do. Trust. It's like it's proven.
Yeah, and so it's the same thing. This person is not a celebrity, but apparently you put her on a pedestal, and which is a very dangerous place for guys to put women on the pedestal, because then the energy is weird. It's not because they pick up on this stuff.
You're a dream of my girl.
So provide value. This is social media marketing for dating.
There you go. And don't be a jerk when you make those comments. Like,
Yeah.
be really nice. You know?
Yeah, like there's being an asshole and being witty, but I keep aware that there are boundaries.
Sure.
It's like you want to come from a place of how can I brighten this person's day up? Like, but you also want to come from a place of my life is good. I don't need her in my life. Like having her in my life just makes it better, and vice versa. Having me in her life brightens up her day. It's not like you don't want to be dependent. So, very long answer to a short question. So, we're gonna get warmed up. We're gonna get stretched. The floor is officially free, and we're gonna get warmed up. So, stay tuned for. I don't know how many more questions do you want to do.
Maybe like at least 5 more.
5 more? All right. So we'll do another 5 more because we're hoping that Joey can show up for this one as well. So fingers crossed. If not, Joey, I hate you.
Man, come on.
If
dude.
not, Joey,
Joey. A pirate patch.
a pirate patch.
You're
All
good,
right.
man.
So let's get warmed up.
Just kidding.
Long hair's annoying me. Being someone, we're not that old, but being 30 plus, our knees aren't exactly the strongest. So, oh look, Gabby, go. Look, Gabby, go. Get it, Gabs. So, I'm glad our knees are doing well right now.
Check 1. What up? What up?
All right, I'm gonna line up with you. All right. So we've been flipping, as you can see. Back to Q&As. We're gonna do 3 more questions right now. Wait for Joey to get here. Then we're gonna do 3 more. So, and I'm gonna make Joey answer the one about the long distance relationship one. So hope you guys are enjoying the stuff so far.
Because I know I am.
We are learning some new stuff. It feels good that we can still climb up here. All right, so I'll pick the next question. Would it be really brave or really dumb if I posted a proper apology letter to my ex on social media? Oh wow, okay, this is another ex relationship one. Okay, go first.
I mean, really brave or really dumb? Let's see. Well,
Both.
yeah, I would say it's brave, but in the long run, I wouldn't do it. Just don't do it. Yeah, don't do it.
Yeah, that business is between you two. No one else's. Because then everyone's gonna start throwing in their opinions when it really doesn't matter. So,
Yeah.
don't.
I think you see it a lot of the times with like famous people doing it on, Instagram or like their Instagram stories or like talking about their broken relationships on Instagram. If you don't have to, there's no like need to. If you're not like a famous person that needs to like clear the air, I don't think it's really necessary.
All right, you want to pick the next one?
Let's see.
Yeah, some classics. Some looks weird.
All right, okay.
Okay.
What is the best social media platform for a food business?
Ah, that's a good question.
I would stick to like Instagram and what was the other one? Like, I don't know. We haven't really dabbled too much with Google. Wasn't it
AdWords?
Google? No.
Talking about AdWords?
Like Yelp, those type of things.
Yeah, Yelp.
But not so much. I wouldn't do Facebook. I wouldn't find it necessary for you to really do that for Facebook, but Instagram, because of the pictures, and it's easy for people to tag the restaurant whenever they're like dining in that restaurant. So definitely Instagram. There's a lot of restaurants that don't have Instagram, but they use the hashtags for the restaurant, but it's better to actually have a page because hashtags for your food for the restaurant wouldn't be ideal. It's just you would rather have an actual page for it.
Yeah, like I definitely agree. Yelp, like my friend, one of our clients, is killing it. He doesn't. Like, he has Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and all that. But what he's killing it in is Yelp. Social proof helps a lot because you can brand and share all the content all you want, but I mean it's easier to believe another person sharing their story and their success or their experience versus you saying it yourself, because you marketing your own business, there's already a kind of bias. So I mean I would use the other platforms simply for branding, for brand awareness. Facebook, just to share videos, run advertising, run specials, because especially with Facebook advertising, use specials, get an appetizer for free. For Instagram, I mean, look at any food blogger, whatever, like how they're showing their aesthetic. People love beautiful imagery, and if you have the money to afford a photographer or up your skills in photography, that'll help out a lot. It's not just enough to post a picture; it has to be good quality content. And then to take a step further with YouTube, you can use YouTube for more branding in terms of doing customer testimonials or sharing with them what it's like behind the scenes in the kitchen, or how to make a certain dish. That's what some people are doing. Like I've been seeing this one guy on Facebook who's been showing me how to create amazing like pulled pork sandwiches with king mushrooms. So
yeah,
there's that.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like the one guy, this one chef, he's a vegan chef, avant-garde vegan, and shout out to Gaz. But yeah, he blew up really good on YouTube because he did a lot of like how to cook the dishes. So, and it was really aesthetically pleasing. Like the whole setup was really good. But now he's like touring, selling his book in the U.S. He's from the UK or something, and he blew up just from YouTube. So
last question. All right, which one? I want to start a social media marketing business. Should I focus on building my website or for my email list? I'd say make sure that your own shit is in check. It's almost like health coaches that are overweight telling other people to lose weight. So make sure that your own social media is on point as well. Strong imagery, strong branding, deep engagement. I wouldn't worry too much about the follower account, even though that's like a sexy thing people focus on. Having deep engagement parallel to creating your email list. Not your email list, your website. Because then that leads to the email list. It's like because it's not just separate elements. These are different steps in the funnel. Like a lot of people, like this is the thing that when I'm working with clients is that they are focused on. They think that social media marketing is a magic tool that they magically get clients. It's just one step to bring brand awareness and start getting people to know about you. Then you got to start building the trust. So, for example, you have a blog post. Get people to a blog post, very classic style, and then getting people to your email list, which leads to an autoresponder series, educating them about your product. This is like very typical funnel that you can use. But I'd say the first thing to focus on is making sure that your own social media is on point. Second is make sure your website's on point, and then get people to email us, because first thing, although like content is king, I also think design, it coincides with that, because if it's not visually pleasing, it's hard to trust. If your website looks like it's from 1995, or if you have no engagement in your social media, then it's going to be, it's going to be hard to trust the legitimacy of your business. So that's what I think. You have anything to say?
Nailed it.
All right, so that's it. We're gonna go back to flipping. I'm gonna check the audio right now, and I hope you guys are enjoying this questions with Vision Paradox while doing stuff, whatever the name is. We'll figure it out. Let us know if you guys have a better title. Comment down below so we can just get this title going, guys. We gotta go down now. Oh, you're starting to feel it?
Yeah.
She has a knee injury, and I have a shoulder, knee, back injury.
I think Emeroy's gonna jump into the pit.
Sick. Alright. Brian, make sure you follow. He reads and gets executive. Still waiting on Joey, teaching Gabby how to do a coin drop suicide.
Oh, look at this.
Hips, you gotta kick the hips. Oh wait, I don't need to see myself, you can see me. So what she needs to do right now, she needs to work on the kick and the hip. And then the torque. So, as you can see in the replay right here, she's got the setup well. She's kicking, but the hip and the torque needs to be coming next. So I'm gonna try to do it slow. It's not a move you can exactly do slow. So I'm gonna go here onto my upper back, kick up, and then finish that spin. Random b-boy tutorial out of nowhere. Okay, so here, see that? I'm gonna kick up from there.
Oh, that's...
So I don't know if I got out of frame, but as soon as I got on my upper shoulder, I kick up as high as I can and extend it, and then got that extra little punch right in there. So I think the height and the torque is what's super important. So she's got the setup, and then we just got to work on the hips and the torque and the twerk. Those are the exercises I do.
Isn't that like push
Did it hurt?
the breath out of you?
I got used to it, so I'm like, I forget.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Wow.
Are you in focus? We're in focus. Okay. All right. Okay.
Ooh, boy, everybody. What a session.
Fix this a little bit. Yeah. We're done sessioning. Joey is not going to make it because his ride's not going to be able to take him. But it's okay, Joey. We love you. Okay. So let's look at some questions and answer them. It's more like a social thing, not really a marketing thing, but it's kind of, the question pops out.
Yeah. So the question is, how does social media influence people's body image? Well, that's a delicate one, but
Yeah, it's very delicate.
me personally, on my opinion on this, I don't really think that it is that good of an influence on body image, especially for women. There are some posts and some social media content that's promoting, healthy body image, but it always seems to be some sort of standard that people are trying to live up to, and it's like whether it's being fit is the new thin or being curvy is the new thing. Like, well, for women anyways, I'm just speak on behalf of that. There's a undertone that me personally, as a person who uses social media, I appreciate it if there was a little less like focus on it.
Yeah.
I think like people that are working out and everything is really cool. But there's always it always feels like there's a competition if you're not working out hard enough, if you're not dieting enough, if you're not
An infinite pissing match.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, keep going, because
So my part on this, I guess, from my point of view, I think it's great in the okay, there's two parts. Because I always think I always aim to look for the good and the bad. If you hear the banging, that's someone working on the salmon ladder. Here's a clip of what that is. Okay, now back to me. It all comes back down to the self. There's an African proverb. I'm gonna butcher it, but like if you defeat the enemy within, then the enemy outside of you can't beat you. So I'm a huge believer that the world is a reflection of our inner reality. So if you feel like you're not good enough, then you're gonna project to the world you're not good enough, and that's all you're gonna see on social media. The world is a reflection of who you are, and I'm not saying like that's bad. I'm like, take things what I say with a grain of salt, because the things are as they are. It is what it is. There's like two different interpretations. There's what you think it should be, your expectation of what it should be, and what it just plainly is. My words are just words. How you're interpreting it is up to you. So and same thing with social media. How you're interpreting it. Like, how is it that like I can look at dudes who are like 5% body fat and be like, okay, cool, props to him, and some other people who are competitive or feel like they're not good enough, they'll think, I'm never going to be that, I'm worthless, yada yada yada. So it's always a reflection of the self. With that being said, I think it comes back, like I said, the sense of self-esteem. Social media is pretty much just an echo chamber of that, of what you're looking for, what your reality is. And if it's not serving you, then I just highly suggest you get off it. This is just advice, and don't listen to me if you want, because I'm not a psychologist. We're not psychologists. We're marketers. These questions just pop up, and we just want to answer them from our point of views. So I'd say, find that sense of self first. And I think it does affect how people. It can affect your body image if you let it. But if you have a very strong sense of self, nothing will bother you. So it all comes back down to that.
Yeah.
So.
Good point, Emeroy.
Locking point.
What is the best way to identify online influencers?
Oh, that's a good one. Want to go first or me?
Go ahead.
All right. So the best way, there's a tool that we use to identify how legit these influencers are, specifically for Instagram. You'll find the link on the cards or in the description in our YouTube. But the easiest way, just by gauging it, is look at their followers and look at the likes and the engagement. Are they actually talking to the people? Is the ratio in terms of likes and followers congruent to what they're trying to sell? So that's one of the that's the best way, I think, to go about it, because with a lot of the pressure of trying to look like you have a lot of followers and people buying it, especially these other companies that say they'll do power likes and things like that to make you seem like a big deal. I think that's like a short-term gain, long-term loss, because you're just trying to look good for now. It's an image thing instead of a people thing. So social media is about the people you're engaging with and the impact, and that's got to come from a true space of, again, sharing your viewpoint of the world that it invokes emotion. At the same time, you've got to come from that space and know how to use creative content to put it out there, and then at the same time, you've got to know how to distribute it. How are you cross-promoting on your platforms? I'm going off in a tangent, but I'm hoping this is helpful. Like, how are you promoting your Instagram on YouTube or on Facebook, or are you getting your friends to shout you out? I'd say like the easiest way is to look at the ratio of followers to actual engagement, and use the tool that we recommend, because it shows you. Because if you're gonna pay for influencer shoutouts, you want to make sure you're getting your money's worth. Because there's a company that paid this one fitness influencer $20,000, and the ROI for this one company, I'm not going to say any names, they only got $2,000 in ROI. So that was like, huge investment, but I don't think they did a good enough job vetting this particular influencer. So use the tool. see it shows the engagement rate percentage, and then it also shows how much it thinks the profile is. So, yeah.
Those are there. I
Yeah.
mean, you know the tools.
So, now I'm gonna go off in a little bit more. I would say, in terms of influencers, don't worry about the follower count. Look for people who are like 5,000 and less, 4,000 less, 1,000 less, but who have ridiculously good engagement, like 1,000, like 5,000 followers, but they're getting 3, 4, 500 likes. That's a pretty good engagement. Because if you look at like these big accounts of 10,000 followers but only 100 likes, you know, that's something a little iffy. Those are things to really look out for, and I'm glad a lot of people are becoming more aware of it. I think there's an article that came out last month that talked about how people buy these followers, not just to try to look good for their brand, but also to try to, because their jobs were on the line. Like some people, like us coming from like the dance world, we know people who weren't booked gigs because they didn't have the following. So which sucks. All right, so I think that's it. That's it. Last question.
Last question? That was last question.
That was the last question. All right, so this is the first episode of Vision Paradox, people doing stuff and answering questions. We still need a proper name. This is episode 1, but we need help with names. I'm like the worst person of coming up with names. You know what I wanted to name my son? Emeroy the Third. But my baby mama said no. There's enough Emeroys in this world. So,
Good call.
and then I named my dance team ESUI, Elements of Style Under the Influence. The longest name ever, not brandable at all. The only name I got right was Vision Paradox, and that was because it was my gamer handle. So, but it also had a neat meaning to it. So we need help with naming this segment. Make sure you follow us on Instagram and Snapchat and Facebook, wherever we're at. We love talking with you guys. If you guys have any questions, let us know. Yeah, we're looking super forward to doing these segments more. It's a lot of fun getting to be able to just do stuff and then answer your questions, especially these like really off-topic kind of questions, relationships. You know, anything we can do. But us and Joey are the social media team. It's just that we're not a huge company. We're very small, very personal. That's why we love working with our clients. We will hang out with our clients. We will go to their music video shoots. We like spending time with them, because I think, you know, as great as social media is, it's still people. We're still working with people. Yeah. So Joey's not here. So next time we'll be doing this Q&A segment for social media. Hopefully he's here. So stay tuned for upcoming episodes of, you know, either Instagram tactics or videography stuff. We have a lot of really fun stuff coming up. Yeah, stay tuned. You got anything you want to say?
No, just keep watching, guys. Just keep watching. It's gonna be different from a lot of the other things that you've been watching if you're, you know, looking for tips and all that stuff. So
yeah, this is not your typical Q&A show. That's it. Hopefully we can do a live stream soon. Where we are answering your questions live on air. But until then, keep sending us questions. Thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for watching Vision Paradox is doing stuff while answering your questions. We'll catch you guys later. Peace.